The Mariano Marquez State University is located in Ilocos Norte, a province in the northwestern part of Luzon Island, Philippines. Its main campus of about 300 hectares is in the city of Batac, 472 kilometers away from Manila. Batac is an agricultural and peaceful city which affords an excellent environment for educational and rural development. The location allows convenient commuting within the boundaries of Batac City and the adjacent towns of Paway, Curimao, San Nicolas, and Laoag City. Passenger jeepneys and buses pass by the campus. In addition, the province has an international airport in Gabulaoag City and a seaport in Gaang, Curimao. The main campus houses the University Administration Building, including the 7 academic units: the College of Agriculture, Food and Sustainable Development, the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Business, Economics and Accountancy, the College of Engineering, the College of Health Sciences, the College of Law, and recently, the College of Medicine, the University Library, the Crops Research Laboratory, the Teatro Ilocandia, the covered court for big events and activities, and the recent state-of-the-art building for National Bioenergy Research and Innovation Center. The following buildings are also found in the main campus: each college or unit in the main campus of the university has buildings with enough classrooms, offices, staff rooms, study areas, clinics, student centers, cafeteria, and the like that are equipped with needed facilities and equipment required by each of the curricular programs offered. These are all in compliance to the CHED CMOs and other government regulatory bodies. The university has built infrastructures and facilities to meet the academic, administrative, and other needs of students, faculty, and staff. An air-conditioned gymnasium that can accommodate more than 1,000 people is used as venue for programs, conferences, and gatherings. A covered venue that accommodates 2 basketball courts and 1 volleyball court was constructed to lodge these sports events. It is also used as a site for gatherings and conferences. Dormitories for both males and females were also constructed to accommodate students whose residences are far from the school. Likewise, housing units are also availed by faculty and staff of the university. Health services is delivered through the university infirmary and its satellite clinics. The infirmary is a 1-story building strategically located near the university sports complex. It is an 8-bed capacity building with an emergency room, a treatment room, and a dental room. The campus is located in a wholesome environment, free from traffic, smoke, and undesirable elements. A perimeter fence is provided in the main campus, thus safeguarding the academic community. The grounds are also maintained clean and properly landscaped. Appropriate certifications and permits from authorized agencies were issued before the construction of such buildings and infrastructures to ensure that they are free from defects or any unsafe working conditions. Consequently, accidents are minimized. Buildings within the campus are provided with pathways or walkways. The stakeholders with special needs, such as those physically handicapped, are considered in these. There is a smooth flow of traffic of vehicles and pedestrians along the roadways and pathways within the campus. Also, the students, faculty, and staff are protected from rain, sun, and dirt through these covered walkways. The College of Agriculture, Food, and Sustainable Development is located at the main campus in Batac City. It is 200 meters southeast of the administration building and is about 250 meters northeast of Batac-Paway Road. The college is situated west of Teatro Ilocandia. Proceeding further west is the MMSU Administration Building, and northwest are the Continuing Education and Training Center and the University Main Library. Being one of the pioneer buildings of the university, which was built in 1983, CAFSD is a Renaissance-inspired building similar in structure as the College of Arts and Sciences and College of Engineering. The College of Arts and Sciences building is also found at the MMSU main campus in Batac City. It is strategically located west of the administration building, northwest of the main library and the CETC, north of the various staff houses and student dormitories, and east of the College of Engineering building. The physical plant and facilities needed in the programs offered by the college are within the sprawling main MMSU campus. The College of Business, Economics, and Accountancy has several buildings. This college is the second largest college in terms of student enrollment. Its location is nearest to the city proper of Batac through Batac-Paway Highway. The classrooms at Sibeya can accommodate up to 60 students. However, there are some rooms which are intended for small classes like the Social Hall 2 and the laboratory rooms such as the Computer Laboratory and the Kitchen Laboratory. The combined rooms of the three buildings are adequate to accommodate all classes during the semester. The College of Health Sciences is at the northern part of the main campus, near the gate of the university, which is along the National Highway. It serves to provide relevant academic programs designed to enable students to familiarize themselves with the National Development Health Plan and restructured healthcare delivery system. The College of Engineering building is situated at the westernmost side of the main campus. Said edifice houses 8 departments. The location is very conducive to teaching-learning environment. It is free from noise and pollution. The College of Medicine building, the newest college of the university, is situated adjacent to the buildings of the College of Health Sciences in the northernmost part of the main campus. The building houses the various laboratory rooms and facilities for the students taking up the Doctor of Medicine program. The first batch of graduates garnered a 100% passing rate in the recently concluded physician licensure examination.
hope that the talks and research poster or oral presentations today will be enriching and inspiring to all. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Friends, we would like to express our heartfelt thanks to everyone who became part of the PSBNB history for holding its first virtual international conference successfully. To quote one of our speakers, I enjoyed it and learned new things. Looking at everything that happened this year, we at PSBNB are simply happy that we are still able to gather our members and esteemed experts this year to learn, think, and dream together on how we can continuously use our biochemistry and molecular biology disciplines for the improvement of the country's health, food, and environmental conditions.
Noon, everyone. So we welcome you to the afternoon sessions of the PS48 PSBMB Annual Convention, a virtual international convention facing north, navigating the new normal through research, translation, and harmonization. So this afternoon, for this first session, we're having Professor Jessica G. Asuncion as our rapporteur. This is our Clara Wiley Silianco lecture. Every year, the PSBMB recognizes an outstanding member of the society who has forwarded the ideals of PSBMB in honor of its founding president, national scientist Clara Wiley Silianco. National scientist Lim Silianco founded the Philippine Biochemical Society in 1973, which was renamed to PSBNB to encompass the rapidly growing field of molecular biology. She earned prestigious honors for her pioneering teaching methods in chemistry and biochemistry, and research works in mutagenesis and anti-mutagenic properties of indigenous materials. She was conferred the rank and title of the National Scientist in 1994. For this year, PSBMB is very proud to present to you the 2021 CYLS lecturer, Dr. Nina Rosario L. Rojas. Dr. Rojas is a faculty member and former chair of the Ateneo de Manila University, Department of Chemistry, and has been a lecturer at the Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health since it was founded. She earned her BS Chemistry magna cum laude from Ateneo and her PhD in chemistry from Princeton University, where she worked on protein design and engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Dr. Nina Rosario L. Rojas with her lecture on Long Way Round, from Biomolecules and Cells to Network Pharmacology. Professor Rojas, the virtual floor is yours.
Hello, dear PSBMB colleagues and guests. I am grateful for the invitation to give this lecture in honor of the legendary Clara Y. Lim Silianco. The field of biochemistry in the Philippines and the PSBMB owe so much to her. Today, I would like to share some research from the Ateneo Biomolecular Research Group. The COVID-19 pandemic has emphasized for us the importance of taking care of our senior citizens. They are the most vulnerable to severe disease when infected by the SARS-CoV-2 virus, and many households, including ours, took to heart the health protocols to protect our senior citizen loved ones. Aside from the pain of watching them go through the disease, there is a larger picture. Seniors are also custodians of our collective cultural heritage, the secret of our species' success in surviving and thriving over generations. How can our seniors and we as a people stay healthy longer? This is a question we will need to face more and more in the future. The Philippine population is going through a demographic transition. Our population structure is no longer a pyramid. With lower birth rates and increasing life expectancy, we expect to take greater care of the health concerns of the older segment of the population in the future. In the Philippines, we are seeing more non-communicable diseases as leading causes of death. These include heart disease, cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, COPD, and kidney diseases. COVID-19 entered the picture in 2020, and as infections emerge, we also have to consider host responses to infection. How can we improve immune system function? So how can our seniors and we stay healthy longer? We can look at aging through the lens of biochemistry, molecular, and cellular biology. For example, these hallmarks of aging were proposed by Lopez Otin et al. As a framework for looking at aging. Our research group has been interested in approaching aging using stem cells, both as model systems and as possible agents for treatment. So why did I call this talk Long Way Around? For those of us who work with medicinal plants or biomaterials, whether from plant, algal, microbial, or animal sources, the ultimate goal is to improve health. In our case, we have been focusing on degenerative diseases and to some extent on cancer. As biochemists, we deal with molecules, whether they are small molecule phytochemicals, biominerals, biopolymer hydrogels, or proteins or other gene products. We study these in vitro in the laboratory as molecules, and we also evaluate these molecules in the context of cell lines, whether from human or mammalian or other models. We can also use model animals. As we move towards therapy, mammalian and non-human primate models typically come into use in preclinical studies before clinical testing and final release for use by patients. So what paths have we taken in the Ateneo Biomolecular Research Group? Are there possible shortcuts we can try? Path 1. Our research group is interested in treating degenerative diseases and chronic diseases. Many of these require long-term treatment. Even cancer is evolving from a disease that kills the patient to a disease that the patient lives with using maintenance medication. How do we choose which medicinal plants to work with? The research I'll be talking about was done by Lydia Clement Pascual. As an experimental model, which shows a simple organism, brine shrimp, because it has a record of use for medicinal plant-based drug discovery, and also because the brine shrimp lethality assay is simple enough to scale for a large collection of plants. In Lydia's case, 53 plants that she collected from South Cotabato. The brine shrimp lethality assay is generally used in two areas. Historically, it was used in discovering anti-cancer and antibiotic drug candidates, where killing the cancer cells or killing the pathogen was the goal. Thus, high levels of toxicity to brine shrimp was desirable and was correlated reasonably well with the target activity. This made it a useful screening tool prior to more demanding cell-based cytotoxicity assays. On the other hand, the field of ecotoxicology uses brine shrimp to estimate potential harm to humans and the environment. Greater toxicity is not desirable because of the risk of harm to humans and the ecosystem. More toxic is not necessarily better for regenerative medicine or treatment of chronic diseases. Our strategy was to benchmark our assay by including in our collection so-called safe plants. The collection of plants studied included legundi as well as common vegetables. Legundi or Vitex negundo has a record of clinical effectiveness and safety as an herbal drug. Here is an overview of the study. 95% ethanol extracts of the relevant medicinal plant parts were used for the assay, and started phytochemical screening and brine shrimp lethality assay methods were used. This led to a short list of plants which may be studied further for regenerative potential. To organize the results, we classified the plant extracts by toxicity based on the brine shrimp LC50. Vitex negundo showed an LC50 in the mildly toxic category, so we focused our interest on plants in this category and in the non-toxic group. On the chemistry side, brine shrimp lethality was not correlated with a particular class of phytochemicals, nor with chemical diversity. Nevertheless, Lydia's work gave us a good starting point for looking for regenerative properties of medicinal plants. We continue on this journey with Path 2. Osteoporosis is a serious concern for the elderly, especially women, and can cause serious morbidity. Can medicinal plants help? 3 of the shortlisted plants were studied for their potential for bone regeneration. These were Vitex negundo, or legundi, Ipomea batatas, or kamote leaves, and katakataka, or Kalanchoe piñata. As a test system, we used mesenchymal stem cells, which are found in bone marrow and adipose tissue. These cells differentiate into osteocytes for bone and chondrocytes for cartilage. They may also differentiate into adipose tissue. While there may not be a large need to regenerate fat in patients, we are interested in adipose tissue for modeling metabolic diseases such as diabetes. The differentiation of mesenchymal stem cells is known to occur in the presence of particular factors in the culture medium. Can plant extracts also play a role in promoting stem cell differentiation and rebuild bone? Katma Panow's results showed that supplementing media with katakataka leaf extracts resulted in higher calcium deposition by the cells, indicating osteogenic differentiation after a month of treatment. This was observed whether the stem cells were derived from bone marrow or from adipose tissue. Literature indicates that katakataka is used for treatment of fractures, and our results support this. Some activity was also noted for kamote leaves as well as for Vitex negundo or lagundi leaves. These can be seen more vividly in the micrographs of alizarin red stained cells, where the bright red areas show calcium deposition. So far, we have talked about medicinal plant extracts and their phytochemicals as possible agents for regenerative medicine, specifically for bone regeneration. Another approach we are exploring is using biological materials as scaffolds for possible use in treating bone or cartilage injuries or defects. These may be biominerals or hard materials for bone, or biopolymers for softer hydrogel materials for cartilage. They may come from plant, microbial, or animal origin, or biomimetics synthesized in the laboratory. When we talk of scaffolds, we are moving from a drug model to a tissue engineering model for regenerative medicine. If, for example, we would like to rebuild tissues such as bone, tendon, or cartilage, we normally need to combine three components to engineer the tissue. Component C refers to specific growth and differentiation factors and other signaling molecules to direct formation of the proper tissue type. This is similar to the drug model. Medicinal plant leaf extracts that promote osteogenic differentiation of the MSCs may thus be used on their own, as shown in our previous study, or as part of a more integrated tissue engineering approach, as shown on this slide. Component B are the cells. While cellular transplantation is one mode of therapy, cells are also part of the triad in tissue engineering approaches. Cells may be seeded and grown on the scaffold ex vivo prior to implantation. The cells may be taken from the patient in an autologous transplant or possibly from a donor. Regardless of the cell source, a sufficient population of the proper cell type should be present. Differentiated cells typically do not proliferate well, so stem cells are often used to get sufficient cell numbers and then differentiated to the correct tissue type. Component A is a scaffold to simulate the extracellular matrix and provide the proper environment for the cells. These are designed to eventually degrade as the tissue regenerates and rebuilds the extracellular matrix on the site itself. While the scaffold is shown here as part of an integrated tissue engineered system, such as in a graft, some scaffolds are implanted on their own without cells or additional bioactive substances. When properly designed, they can recruit cells from the patient's body to proceed with the task of rebuilding the tissue. In the next two studies, we'll be focusing on the role of the scaffold. First, we'll look at animal-based biominerals. Hydroxyapatite is a biomineral that can be found in many sources. Recent trends include using lab-grown coral or simulated coral as a source. In the study that is shown here, hydroxyapatite reconstituted from bovine bone was used by Krishna de Guzman as a scaffold for osteogenic differentiation of mesenchymal stem cells. Differentiation was enhanced significantly in the presence of the scaffold, combined with the signaling factors from osteogenic media, as opposed to osteogenic media alone. Hydroxyapatite implants are already in use in the clinic, such as in dentistry and in dermatology, for reconstruction. Current trends are towards modifying or combining it with other components for better material properties and greater bioactivity. Moving on to path 4. The material properties of cartilage are quite different from bone. Instead of a mineral scaffold, it has an organic polymer scaffold. To mimic this in our tissue-engineered construct, our starting point was chitosan, derived from crustacean shells, for example, and kappa-carrageenan, derived from seaweed. We started with the kappa-carrageenan chitosan hydrogel developed for controlled release of drugs by the team of Dr. Soma Chakraborty in our department. We used a multi-component approach to functionalize the hydrogels for cartilage tissue engineering. The chitosan kappa-carrageenan polymer base was chemically conjugated with heparin. The role of heparin is to immobilize and stabilize BFGF. BFGF, also known as FGF2, is used as a signaling factor in tissue engineering of cartilage because it enhances proliferation of the progenitor cells and readies them from the next steps of differentiation. The results of MD Uroa, based now on MD, medical doctor, show the impact of our functionalized scaffold. The addition of heparin to the construct in the presence of BFGF promoted cell proliferation far more than the plain scaffold with BFGF or media supplemented with BFGF. The results show the promise of building complex materials such as scaffold integrated with a supply of the signaling molecules needed by the cells. While our initial tissue engineering targets were bone and cartilage, the general approach can be taken further too. Number 1, build in vitro systems for medicinal plant and drug screening. And number 2, design tissue engineered constructs as possible implants for regenerative medicine. Let me shift gears now to path 5. So far, we have seen results that show the potential of certain medicinal plants or biomaterial-based tissue-engineered constructs in regenerative medicine. But as a biochemist, the story is incomplete without molecular mechanisms of action. Those studies are much harder to do because medicinal plant extracts are complex mixtures of phytochemicals which may act additively, synergistically, or antagonistically. The biomaterials are multifunctional, and as we move towards designing more multi-component systems, the interactions become more complex. The cells themselves have complex signaling and metabolic pathways as well. Studying them through the wet lab approaches will take many student or researcher generations. Enter the COVID-19 pandemic and a pivot to computational tools, which opens doors to us. The day after the campus COVID-19 lockdown started, our student Yumi Briones was scheduled to be doing her cell-based assay on Ampalaya, or Momordica charantes, possible synergistic action with chemotherapy drugs in treating colorectal cancer. The COVID-19 pandemic forced all of us to pivot to dry lab research, as the wet labs closed to students and to non-essential research. What Yumi did was develop a workflow to predict the possible protein targets of the phytochemicals in Ampalaya. Although her focus was cancer, her approach can be used for other diseases as well. Let's go over the workflow. It starts with the phytochemicals shown in the literature to be present in Ampalaya. Reverse screening was used to find their possible protein targets. We then looked for enriched pathways associated with cancer. From this, we got a phytochemical protein interaction network, or PCPI network. This was integrated with a network of known protein-protein interactions to build an annotated phytochemical protein disease network specific to Ampalaya and cancer. The network was visualized for easier exploration and analysis, and the predictions were then evaluated. In the absence of wet lab, we turned to further dry lab methods to perform the evaluation. The predicted phytochemical protein interactions were checked if they made biochemical sense using molecular docking. Here are some Ampalaya phytochemicals docked to epidermal growth factor receptor, or EGFR, which is known to be associated with cancer. The left panel shows the predicted structure of the docked complex, while the right panels diagram the phytochemical protein functional group interactions in detail. Quercetin is known to interact with EGFR, while luteolin and caffeic acid have different probabilities of interaction with EGFR based on the predictions from reverse screening. The full network visualization is available online for you to explore if you're interested in Ampalaya in cancer or would like to get a feel for this network pharmacology approach. The main visualization shows phytochemical protein interactions, protein signaling pathways, and cellular localization. It also shows predicted phytochemical drug likeness properties such as bioavailability and gastrointestinal absorption based on predictions. In addition, it incorporates glycoside A-glycone pairings of the phytochemicals to follow the effect of hydrolysis as the glycosides are metabolized in the body. A simplified visualization shows 7 key phytochemicals that are predicted to interact with proteins in signaling pathways associated with cancer. These are pathways associated with cell survival, proliferation, and apoptosis. The network pharmacology approach in Path 5 of our journey allows us to predict possible molecular mechanisms of action. It offers a kind of shortcut to understanding how medicinal plants act on cellular processes associated with disease. While the study focused on Ampalaya in cancer, the same approach can be used for other medicinal plants or collections of compounds, as well as other health conditions of interest to us that are targeted. Bone and cartilage degeneration and repair, for example, inflammation and immunity, metabolic diseases, and others. But wet lab experiments will still need to be done to follow up on the predictions from bioinformatics-based network pharmacology. In summary, I walked you through 5 paths today. In Path 1, we looked at 53 medicinal plants to shortlist those with low toxicity for investigation of their regenerative potential. We followed it up with Path 2, which discovered the bone regeneration potential of medicinal plants such as katakataka. In Path 3, we looked at biominerals such as hydroxyapatite scaffolds in promoting osteogenic differentiation of stem cells. In Path 4, we designed multi-component biopolymer scaffolds that incorporated protein growth factors for possible cartilage tissue engineering. And in Path 5, we used computers in a network pharmacology approach to predict molecular mechanisms of action of medicinal plants for cancer. The workflow can be used for understanding the role of medicinal plants or biomaterials in treating other health conditions. The dry lab provides a shortcut on how to prioritize further wet lab biochemistry, molecular, and cell biology research. The ultimate goal is health and wellness, and so we have a long way to go, because beyond biochemistry and molecular biology, preclinical and clinical studies are necessary to translate any findings to healthcare practice. Finally, although we can look at the biomolecular and cellular aspects of aging, studies of communities where people routinely live healthy lives into their 90s and 100s show that social factors are very important. These factors include, for example, having a purpose in life, being part of a community with healthy behaviors, belonging to a faith-based community, putting loved ones first, as well as having means and routines to shed stress in daily life. I hope what I shared with you today eventually helps all of us in the future to have healthier and longer lives. On that note, I would like to thank my co-mentors and collaborators and the members of the Ateneo Biomolecular Research Group over the years. I've highlighted those whose work I shared in this talk. I also would like to thank the Medical City, GlobeTech, and Dr. Sam Bernal for helping to start us on the regenerative medicine journey years ago, and the Ateneo de Manila University, DOST, and SHED for funding. Thank you very much for sharing this journey from biomolecules and cells to network pharmacology with me today. And thank you once more for the Clara Y. Lim Celianco Lecturer Award. Stay safe.
Thank you, Ma'am Nina, for that very inspiring and comprehensive work that you have given to us this afternoon. It's very, really, how to say, oh, I'm missing the word. I am very overwhelmed, actually, to know that the plants that we have here, we are commonly found around us, could give us regenerative alternatives to our to cure the diseases of the elderly. And we would like to welcome one or two questions if you have. You could type your question in the interface, and our rapporteur, Professor Asuncion, will hand them over. Okay, so while we are waiting, Mom, you have brought to us diseases of the elderly, but one of the compelling, how to say, compelling situations that we encounter during this time of pandemic is depression. Do you have any plan or initiatives to work also on this type of condition? Your mic is off, ma'am. Hello, Ma'am Nina, your mic.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Can you hear me now? Yeah. So, although one of the plants that under study in Takip has been used traditionally also for anxiety, but we have looked for possible regenerative medicine, and one of my students is on an in silico, certainly look at that, but for the wet lab aspects, we hope we can maybe collaborate with other people who are experts in mental health conditions.
Well, thank you, Mom. So it seems our participants are still framing up their questions. So we would like to proceed with our awarding. So you could just email Professor Nina Rojas for your questions, and I'm sure she will gladly answer your questions. For now, let us give our award to our CYLS lecturer.
The Philippine Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology presents the Clara Y. Lim Celianco Award. This year's award is given to Dr. Nina Rosario L. Rojas in recognition of her significant contributions in the fields of biochemistry and molecular biology as an outstanding educator and an accomplished scientist. Dr. Rojas is a faculty member and former chair of the Ateneo de Manila University's Department of Chemistry, and has been a lecturer at the Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health since it was founded. Her research works include protein design and engineering, biosensors, stem cell-based assays for regenerative medicine using biomaterials and medicinal plants. She expertly leads a strong research group working at the intersection between chemistry, the life sciences, and bioinformatics. Her team continues to look at the potential of biomaterials and medicinal plants for degenerative and chronic diseases, as well as other applications. To date, she has been mentor or co-mentor to about 20 graduate and 60 undergraduate students. Given this fourth day of December 2021 during the 48th Annual Convention of PSBMB, a virtual international conference at the Mariano Marcos State University, Batac, Ilocos Norte, Philippines. Signed, Roberta N. Garcia. Chair of the Awards Committee, Leslie Michelle N. Dalmasio. President of PSBMB. Congratulations, Dr. Rojas.
So let us all give a big round of applause
Dr. Rojas.
for our Clara Y. Lim awardee.
Fellow PSB members and friends, congratulations and thank you for an excellent virtual meeting. To the organizers of the 48th PSBMB Annual Convention, headed by Dr. Leslie Dalmasio, PSBMB President and Chair of the National Organizing Committee, Dr. Shirley Agripis, President, Mariano Marcos State University, President of the PSBMB Northern Luzon Chapter, and Chair of the Local Organizing Committee, and their respective co-chairs, Dr. Muji Santos and Dr. Doreen Domingo. My heartfelt thanks to the PSBMB, especially to Dr. Beth Garcia, Chair, and the other members of the Awards Committee for the 2021 Clara Y. Lim Silianco Lecturer Award. It is a great honor and privilege to receive this award and give this lecture. The field of biochemistry in the Philippines and our community of biochemists and molecular biologists owe so much to our organization's first president, national scientist, Professor Clara Y. Lim Silianco. My thanks also go to the colleagues, collaborators, students, and researchers to whom I have shared this journey over the years. My best to all the organizers and fellow participants of this 48th PSBMB Annual Convention. It's great to be part of this vibrant community for so many years and to meet all of you this year, even virtually. I hope we'll be able to meet safely face-to-face next year.
Thank you, Ma'am Nina. So may we invite you to turn on your video, and may I also invite our President, Leslie Michelle Dalmasio, on the virtual floor for the photo of Ma'am Nina. Please join us. Okay, at the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Ma'am Nina. Thank you, Ma'am Nina. And truly your mark as a teacher and scientist will leave an imprint in the fields of biochemistry and molecular biology in the country. And thank you, everyone. We will now proceed to the closing ceremonies. Dr. D. Maligali, the virtual floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Garcia, and congratulations to Dr. Rojas. To everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to the closing ceremony of the 48th PSBMB Annual Convention, a virtual international conference with the theme Facing North, Navigating the New Normal Through Research, Translation, and Harmonization. We start our program by giving due recognition to the outstanding contributions and achievements of our dedicated scientists. At this point, let me call back Professor Roberta N. Garcia, Chair, Grants and Awards Committee. Dr. Garcia.
Thank you, Ma'am D. So before I proceed, let me recognize the members of the awards committee for this year. So we have Professor Maria Dalisay G. Maligalig, our moderator. Professor Jessica G. Asuncion, our rapporteur in the previous session. We also have Dr. Rowena Antemano, Carol May D. Ramos, Faith Lorraine Magbanwa, Candelario Calibo, Dr. Candelario Calibo. We have Dr. Rochelle Heidi Ibanez, Dr. Remedios Plamiano, and Ms. Christian Helene F. Comike. Okay, so every year, the PSBNB recognizes outstanding members who excel in education, research, and as well as we give our service award. For this year, our education awardee, so let me start with the education awardee, is an accomplished faculty member of the Department of Chemistry, College of Arts and Sciences, University of the Philippines, Visayas, Miagao Campus. Her dedication to teaching in chemistry and biochemistry led her to develop games and workbooks that made teaching and learning chemistry fun and easy. She has mentored numerous undergraduate and graduate students. She was awarded the 2016 The Many Faces of a Teacher by the DIWA Learning Systems Incorporated in recognition of her significant impact as an educator. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2021 PSB-MB Distinguished Education Award recipient, Dr. Vivian A. Azucena Topor.
The Philippine Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Presents. The 2021 Distinguished Education Award. This year's award is given to Dr. Vivian A. Azucena Topor in recognition of her significant contributions to the advancement of chemistry and biochemistry education in the Philippines. She serves as an associate professor of biochemistry and was the director of the Graduate Program Office and is chairperson of the Division of Professional Education of the University of the Philippines, Visayas. She teaches chemistry and biochemistry courses to high school and undergraduate students in the University of the Philippines, Visayas. She also lent her expertise in teaching biochemistry to the University of Liberia. She effectively inspired chemistry education and interest among the young through her chemistry games and workbooks, for which she had earned a number of copyrights and prestigious awards. She translated her gift for teaching into new knowledge and innovative technologies through her research works and sterling mentorship of undergraduate and graduate students. Her significant accomplishments in teaching were duly recognized by various award-giving bodies. Given this 4th day of December 2021 during the 48th Annual Convention of PSBMB, a virtual international conference at the Mariano Marcos State University, Batac, Ilocos Norte, Philippines. Signed by Roberta N. Garcia. The Awards Committee. Leslie Michelle Dalmasio, President of PSBMB.
It is with great pride, honor, and history and chemistry education in the country. And the awards committee chaired by Dr. Beth Garcia. As an associate professor at the Department of Chemistry, College of Arts and Sciences, University of the Philippines, Visayas, I thought I was just doing what I passionately love to do, without counting the cost nor expecting any reward. That is, guiding my students not only to learn, but also to appreciate and love biochemistry. The chemistry games I developed since early 2007 and the chem tournaments I organized all over Region 6 are geared toward opening the hearts and the minds of students to the love for chemistry and biochemistry. This award would have not been possible without the guidance and inspiration of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the greatest educator of all times. Again, I would like to acknowledge my family for the support and understanding. Gratitude also goes to Dr. Rolly G. Fuentes of the PSBMB Visayas chapter for the nomination, and my very cooperative colleagues at the Department of Chemistry, headed by Prof. Josie B. Rojo, the current chairperson. Thus, this 2021 PSBMB Award in Education, received in this precarious time, means a lot to me. And I wish to share this with fellow educators who remain steadfast, passionate, and resilient when we adopted and continue to adopt new ways of teaching biochemistry, at the same time looking forward to more opportunities to contribute our quota not only in nation building but also in the healing of our land. Again, thank you very much, PSBMB.
May I? Thank you, Dr. Tabor. May I invite you to turn on your video? And Ma'am Les is already here in the virtual floor. Okay, thank you very much and congratulations. We're now ready for our photo op at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. Okay, moving on to our next award. Okay, so give me a minute. Our 2021 Research Award recipient is the Chief Research Specialist of the Plant Breeding and Biotechnology Division of Phil Rice. He is a very prolific and multi-awarded scientist whose works are published in refereed journals, national and international. For his significant contributions in rice breeding, he is a consistent recipient of the Dangal ng Phil Rice Award. In 2018, he received the Presidential Lingkod Bayan Award individual category from the Civil Service Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, PSBMB is proud to present the 2021 Distinguished Research Award to Dr. Norby L. Manigpas. A virtual round of applause for him. Thank you.
The Philippine Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology presents the 2021 Distinguished Research Award. This year's award is given to Dr. Norby L. Manigpas in recognition of his significant contributions in plant breeding using the tools of biochemistry and molecular biology in the development of sugarcane and rice varieties with resistance to insect pests and diseases and tolerance to abiotic stresses. He established the first sugarcane biotechnology laboratory capable of performing DNA fingerprinting of sugarcane varieties and molecular biology techniques in Philsurin. He identified true F1 sugarcane hybrids using molecular markers and linked markers to downy mildew resistance. His expertise in molecular markers led him to identify and select hundreds of rice breeding lines for high temperature tolerance and drought. He developed 5 rice breeding lines for which he was granted plant variety protection. He is a well sought out resource person in national and international scientific meetings. He authored and co-authored numerous research articles, books, and manuals. His manual entitled DNA Fingerprinting in Hybrid Rice, its application in varietal purity testing, is widely used as a laboratory protocol. A multi-awarded scientist, he is now the Chief Research Specialist of the Plant Breeding and Biotechnology Division of Phil Rice. Given this 4th day of December 2021 during the 48th Annual Convention of PSBMB, a virtual international conference at the Mariano Marcos State University, Batac, Ilocos Norte, Philippines. Signed by Roberta N. Garcia, Chair of the Awards Committee. Leslie Michelle M. Dalmasio, President of PSBMB. Congratulations, Dr. Manigbas. Ladies and gentlemen, let us hear a few words from Dr. Manigbas.
Pleasant day to each and everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. I am deeply honored and humbled by this award that was given to me by the Philippine Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology for this year, 2021. This is really something that I cherish as a gift from God this Christmas. And also I would like to thank my colleagues, especially the PSBMB Central Luzon chapter, our president, Dr. Cas Coresca, who nominated me for this award. And without his nomination, I think this will not be possible. I would like also to thank the institutions, my supervisors, my colleagues, whom have helped me, molded me in my research undertakings. The Institute of Plant Breeding, UP Los Baños, and the Plant Breeding and Genetics and Biochemistry Division of International Rice Research Institute, where I started learning molecular biology, and the Philippine Sugar Research Institute Biotechnology Laboratory, where we started the molecular techniques in sugarcane breeding and molecular biology. Also, the universities where I teach molecular biology and plant breeding and physiology subjects at the University of Negros Occidental Recoletos and University of St. LaSalle in Bacolod City. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to teach to undergraduate students the basic chemistry, molecular biology, breeding, and physiology. Also, my thanks to my current institutions like Philippine Rice Research Institute, Central Luzon State University, whom I am an affiliate professor, UP Diliman, and UP Los Baños, where really teach me and inspired me to work hard for research. Thank you very much for giving those projects, those commitments, and with God's help and hard work and skills, I thought that I have given my students, my co-researchers, and my institutions the honor for this award. And with that, I'd like to thank especially the chair of the awards committee and members, Dr. Beth, for choosing me in this year's research award of the PSBMB. Marami pong salamat and congratulations also to our convention, our speakers, guests, and participants, my colleagues and friends. Marami pong salamat at magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Norby, you truly deserve this award. And now may I call you on the virtual floor together with President Leslie for the photo op. Now, there you go. So you have your plaque with you. That's nice. The count of 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. A big round of applause again for Dr. Maligpas. Now we move on to our service award. The SBMB recognizes its past presidents for their stellar leadership in steering the society during their terms. Today, the society gives special recognition and thanks to its 2016-2017 president, Dr. Apolinario V. Yambo, for expertly leading PSBMB during his years.
I am grateful to the PSBMB family for giving me this recognition as president of the society from 2016 to 2017. It was a great opportunity indeed, given to me serving the society and accomplishing the various tasks delegated to the board of directors, which I chaired for 2 years. I also thank God for blessing us, guiding us, and for giving me and the BOD the much needed wisdom for all the various tasks and challenges we faced together. I hope that we delivered as a team what were expected of us to a new level. Again, thank you very much, PSBMB, and more power and success. God bless us all.
Thank you, Sir Paul. Thank you for your leadership during the 2016-2017 years of PSBMB. May we invite you to the virtual floor together with President Leslie, Sir Paul.
Yes, hello.
Okay, please turn on your mic. Turn on your video, sir, please. Sir Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the plaque has just arrived now.
Okay.
Ito, just this second, this minute.
We are so
busy.
no.
So, I've not
And
opened
overjoyed.
this yet. Kasi ngayon lang
After
talaga.
years.
Here's the plaque. Inside this
Thank
box.
you, sir. Okay. We are so happy you have it already. Okay, and the count of 3. Let's have our photo. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you, Sir Paul. Nice seeing you.
Thank you also
Virtually.
to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so at this point, we would like to remember one of our very beloved members of the BOD who left us this year. And I'm crying already. PSBMB is very fortunate indeed to have among its boards of directors, through your votes of trust, a man who did not fail you. Yan, napapayak na talaga. Who did not fail us. He is instrumental in many successful activities of the society throughout his term of office from 2015 to June of this year, 2021, almost 8 years. Now, PSBMB dearly remembers and honors our departed BOD member, Dr. Marcos B. Valdez Jr., for his dedicated service to the society. We have cordially invited his parents to receive this posthumous service award. This is for you, Doc Marcos.
The Philippine Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology presents the 2021 Distinguished Service Award posthumous, given to Dr. Marcos B. Valdez Jr. in recognition of his valuable services rendered to PSBMB as a productive member of its Board of Directors, 2014 to 2021. He played a pivotal role in bringing PSBMB to a wider audience as its pro for several terms until June 2021. He was a very effective liaison officer linking PSBMB to various stakeholders including government agencies and private industries. Foremost among his many important contributions was bringing the PSBMB annual convention into La Salle University Taft and in Cebu City. He also spearheaded the 16th PSBMB Rev Up in Cebu City and the PSBMB COVID 2021 webinar. His most recent input was the draft of the social media guidelines for the members of the society. Dr. Valdez Jr. will always be remembered for his generosity and selfless service and infectious laughter. Given this 4th day of December 2021 during the 48th Annual Convention of PSBMB, a virtual international conference at the Mariano Marcos State University, Batac, Ilocos Norte, Philippines. Signed by Roberta N. Garcia, Chair of the Awards Committee, Leslie Michelle M. Dalmacio, President of PSBMB. Ladies and gentlemen, let us hear a few words from Dr. Valdez's mother, Mrs. Flordeliza Valdez.
Magandang buhay sa inyong lahat. Natanggap ko na po ang inyo pong ipinadalang plaque para sa akin anak. Maraming po salamat. At sana, kung saan man siya naroon, ay masaya rin sila sa kanyang natanggap. Sa mga trabaho niya, sa mga kilala niya, sa mga kasama niya sa trabaho. Maraming salamat. Naalala ako at sana i-share. Magandang araw.
Salamat po, Kakang Flor, sa paunlak niyo po sa pag-imbita namin sa inyo ngayong hapon. Maaari po ba namin kayong maimbita na buksan ang inyong video cam to join us with President Leslie on the virtual floor. Okay. Kindly spotlight. Namimiss po namin si Marcos. This is the first convention na hindi namin siya kasama. Okay. Nanay, at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Naitingin po sa camera. 1, 2, 3. Thank you po, Kakang Flor. And a big warm of applause for Marcos and his family, for Doc Marcos and his family. Thank you very much. Congratulations to our distinguished awardees. Now let us express our warm appreciation to the PSBMB Central Luzon chapter for successfully hosting our 47th annual convention in collaboration with PhilRice last year, same days, December 1 to 4, 2020, under the expert leadership of its president, Casiano H. Churrasca Jr. PSBMB Central Luzon rose above the challenges brought by the COVID-19 pandemic in its first year by capably giving us the first PSBMB Virtual International Conference with the theme Responding to Health and Environment Issues through Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. PSB and the Central Luzon, this plaque of appreciation is for you. PSBNB awards this plaque of appreciation to PSBNB Central Luzon chapter in recognition of their outstanding services to PSBNB as the host of the 47th PSBNB Annual Convention, a virtual international conference with the theme Responding to Health and Environmental Issues through Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Given this 4th day of December 2021, the 48th Annual Convention of PSBNB, a virtual international conference at the Mariano Marcos State University, Batac, Ilocos Norte, Philippines. Signed, Mujikiwi Santos, PhD, Chair, National Organizing Committee, Leslie Michelle Dalmasio, PhD, President. Let me now invite on the virtual floor, Dr. Cass, Dr. Muji, and President Leslie.
Good afternoon, everyone. Karating lang po yung plaque natin.
I think
mga 2 minutes ago.
Thank you. We'll have the photo up because I've called you already, and then hear your live response, Prof. Cass. Okay, so at the count of 3, ninervous po yata ako eh. 1, Sir Muji, you should be here.
I am here, ma'am.
Yeah, no. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let us now, thank you. And let's now hear the response from the President of the Central Luzon chapter. Sir Cass, the virtual floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank PSBMB for this plaque of appreciation, and on behalf of the PSBMB Central Luzon chapter. Last year was a very challenging year for the PSBMB Central Luzon to host the PSBMB National and International Convention. Challenging time because we can't go out due to COVID-19 pandemic. Having a virtual convention was not easy. It's difficult to gather the member and participants. However, the PSBMB Central was so vibrant because of their cooperation and commitment, where we were able to host the said convention successfully. I grabbed this opportunity to thank Phil Rice to host and for allowing us to conduct the first virtual convention, the management and staff who helped us technically and logistically, and others, the PSBMB National, headed by Dr. Leslie Dalmasio, who encouraged, guided, and supported us all the way. I would like also for a special mention, our mentor, the former chapter president, the multi-awarded scientist, Dr. Norby L. Manigbas, who strengthened the PSBMB Central Luzon chapter to become more participative, dynamic, and active chapter, since most of us here is at the Science City of Muñoz. Of course, the officers and members, should I say great researchers and scientists, who wholeheartedly devoted their extra time, and should I say a call away when you need them most. Mabuhay po kayo. As a new fight, this is a learning experience. And I'm much honored and humbled to represent the PSBMB Central Luzon. Let us keep the fire burning for PSBMB, and let us educate, promote, and channel the knowledge in the field of biochemistry and molecular biology. The PSBMB convention placed a very special in my life. Since I was a member, I'm looking forward every convention to celebrate also my birthday in big crowd. I hope this pandemic will end soon so as to have face-to-face and to have a fellowship to all of you. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Sir Cas, and happy birthday again. Congratulations to you and Central Luzon PSBNB chapter. And now, from our first day until today, we were treated with insightful lectures, interesting new research outputs, a one-of-a-kind It's Fun at PSBMB Fellowship Night. You should go to the fellowship hall. If you haven't done so, you will be treated to a lovely cultural show, care of our host. Okay. Also, we have earlier this today we have the edge of the seat grabbing, breathtaking YSF competition, and I know everybody is already would want to know who is the winner. And just now we have a poignant moment to honor our outstanding members. All this we enjoyed largely because of the dedication and hard work of our hosts of this 48th PSBNB Annual Convention, the PSBNB Northern Luzon Chapter, in collaboration with the Mariano Marcos State University and under the stewardship of its president, President Shirley C. Agrupis. Now, let us now express our warm appreciation to the Northern Luzon Chapter. A big round of applause for a job well done. And for NL Chapter, this is for you. PSBNB presents this plaque of appreciation to the PSBNB North Luzon Chapter in recognition for their outstanding services to PSBNB as the host of the 48th PSBNB Annual Convention, a virtual international conference with the theme Facing North, Navigating the New Normal through Research Translation and Harmonization. Given this 4th day of December 2021, during the 48th Annual Convention of PSBNB, virtual international conference at the Mariano Marcos State University, Batat, Ilocos Norte, Philippines. Signed, Leslie Michelle M. Dalmasio, President, and Chair, National Organizing Committee. May I invite President Shirley to give her response.
Ma'am, first of all, I would like to express my sincerest gratitude to the National Organizing Committee, headed by the President of PSBMB, Professor Leslie Michelle M. Dalmasio, for the trust, for the support, and opportunity you gave to MMSU in hosting this 48th Annual Convention. The life of the event was founded on the concerted efforts and bright minds of the organization and committees. It is my personal mantra and one that I have found very important in this pandemic, to never stop making science work for people. I hope that this year's annual convention challenges everyone to continue in our quest toward greater resilience for humankind. The success of this event is never without the dynamic participation of our speakers, guests, fellows, scientists, innovators, and leaders. They say it is harder to capture your audience virtually. However, your incisive wisdom and outputs made the convention a groundbreaking platform for new innovations in biotechnology and molecular biology. Of course, to the local organizers, PSBMB Northern Luzon, my whole team, our very own Mariano Marcos State University, I would like to give a special thanks to my co-chair of the local organizing committee, Dr. Doreen D. Domingo, the chair of the biology department, who most of the time represented me in the BOD and committee meetings because of so many overlapping activities in my office. Thank you for your selfless and excellent service. Your effort of bringing together different sectors and fields created a boiling pot, exciting engagement and collaborations among the academe, research institutions, and industry. And of course, lastly, I would like to extend my gratitude to the whole PSBMB Board of Directors for the trust and confidence. I wish to express my sincerest commitment to the organization. To end, on behalf of the local organizers, the PSBMB Northern Luzon chapter, and Mariano Marcos State University, thank you so much. Agyaman kami unay kakabsat, apumi, ading mi, stay safe and mabuhay. Please visit us in Ilocos Norte in the nearest future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom Shirley. We'll take your offer on that. We'll be there sometime soon, we hope. Okay, so may we now invite Mom Leslie, President Leslie, for our photo. Mom Les. Yan. Okay, at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Again, let's give a warm round of applause to Northern Luzon for giving us this year's very successful and very, masaya na annual convention. All right, so with that, congratulations to all our awardees. And I will turn you over now to Dr. D. Ma'am D, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Garcia. And congratulations again to all the distinguished awardees, as well as our convention host award recipients. Special mention also to our very dear Dr. Marcos B. Valdez Jr. Now, for the next part of our program, may I call on Professor Neil Andrew Bascos, Chair of the Poster Committee, for the Best in Poster presentation. Dr. Bascos, you have the virtual floor.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Bascos.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, just checking. We suddenly lost audio. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you again for attending the 48th Annual Convention of the PSBMB. We would, of course, particularly like to thank all the researchers that have chosen to share their work with us as part of the poster presentations today. And truly, they have shown us that despite the difficulties of this pandemic, we've had a chance to do relevant work, and science cannot be stopped. So while all of the presentations really were interesting, we would like to honor now a few that have stood out from the rest. So we will go to the poster awards. Okay. So we, of course, would like to thank the generous support of MedTest, Medical Test Systems. Because of their generous support, we will be able to give, as part of the Best Poster Awards, the following cash prizes. So for the first place winners in each category, they will also be receiving 5,000 pesos worth of money prize. Second place winners will receive 3,000 pesos, and third place winners will receive 2,000 pesos. All the poster awardees for each category will be receiving certificates of recognition, which would be formatted as such, wherein it would read, the Philippine Society for Biochemistry and Molecular Biology presents this certificate of recognition to the authors' names for their particular award in the specific category and the title of their research. This would have been awarded during the 48th PSBMB Annual Convention, a virtual international conference with the theme of Facing North, Navigating the New Normal through Research, Translation, and Harmonization at the Mariano Marcos State University, Batac, Ilocos Norte, Philippines on December 1 to 4. Signed by myself as Chair of the Scientific Posters Committee, Professor Shirley A. Agrupis, PhD, as Chair of the Local Organizing Committee and President of the PSBMB North Luzon Chapter, and Professor Leslie Michelle Dalmasio as Chair of the National Organizing Committee and President of the PSBMB. So now on to the actual awardees. So for the Best Poster Awards in 2021, for the Agriculture and Fisheries category, we have for third place, poster AF10 for the assessment of Philippines seafood products for export using DNA barcoding. This is given to Ms. J. Tiffany S. Ray, Jacqueline Marjorie R. Pereda, Minerva Fatime H. Ventolero, Rose Tiffany A. Paul, Verinia Charis D. Mangonon, Jennifer A. Poniente, and Mujikiwis D. Santos. Congratulations. For second place, we have poster AF8, which is for transient expression systems in Arabidopsis tissue culture mediated by agrobacterium. This is by Daiki Nishioka and Professor Hiroharu Bano. And for first place in Agriculture and Fisheries, we have poster AF5, designing CRISPR-Cas9 vectors to knock out susceptibility genes in Musa acuminata pola for banana bunchy top virus BBTV resistance breeding, a proof of concept. This is given to Ms. Grace C. La Chica, Don Emmanuel M. Cardona, Jen Dane L. Nocum, JVS Mendoza, Anand Noel C. Fe M. De La Cueva, and Darlon V. Lantican. Congratulations. For the Bioinformatics and Computational Biology category, we have the following as the top three posters. For third place, we have poster BCB13. This is for ATR FTIR spectral discrimination of malignant and benign colorectal cancer via neural networks. This is given to John Gerald Villamanca, Lemuel John Hermohino, Catherine Denise Ong, Brian Pagia, Maura Isais, Pia Marie Albano, and Rock Christian Thomas. Congratulations. For second place, we have poster BCB3, Genome Assembly and Phasing of Philippine Sweet Elena Mango, Mangifera Indica L, towards varietal improvement of mango. This is for Chris Q. Cortaga, Darlon V. Lantican, John Albert P. La Chica, and Eureka Teresa M. Ocampo. And for first place in the BCB category, we have poster BCB6, Mining the Next Ziconotide, a database-driven synthesis, purification, structural and pharmacological characterization of nephrine transporter for neurological disease therapeutics. It's given to Carlo Martin M. Ocampo, Simon Miguel M. Lopez, Oliver John V. Belleza, Harold H. Sit, and Aaron Joseph L. Villarasa. Congratulations. For the next category, environmental and industrial biotechnology, we have the top 3 posters. As for third place, EIB 5 for isolation, characterization, and identification of fungi from plant biomass for bioprocessing technology. This is given to James Paul T. Madigal, Tiara Celine E. Suarez, Carol May D. Ramos, Renzi Crueza L. Pamit, and Dr. Shirley C. Agrupis. Congratulations. For second place, we have EIB 6, screening and fermentation performance of Nipa yeast strain potential as starter culture for bioethanol production. This is for James Paul T. Madigal, Carol May D. Ramos, Tiara Celine E. Suarez, and Dr. Shirley C. Agrupis. And for first place in the EIB category, we have EIB number 4, taxonomy and complete plasmid genome of the genus Etlinger in Mindanao, Philippines, including the discovery of a remarkable new endemic species. For Mark Arcebal K. Naive, Cesar G. De Mayo, Casebio Jonathan D. Alejandro, and Wen Bin Yu. Congratulations. And for the last category, we have health and wellness. For third place, we have poster HW15, constituents from Psychotria luzoniensis inhibit production of IFNY and IL-2 in concanavalin A-stimulated murine splenocytes. This is for Maria Danica Ines Ramil, Rian J. Mardi Ramil, Taisuke Kono, Toshihiro Murata, Kyoko Kobayashi, Shirley C. Agrupis, and Kenro Sasaki. For second place, we have HW14, liver histopathology of male ICR mice under chronic binge feeding using alcoholic beverages. This is for Dr. Doreen D. Domingo, Regine L. Anastasio, Althea Jumari G. Logazo, Mary Grace M. Segay, Gail Domecq C. Tanawit, Jessica G. Asuncion, Kabiog. And for first place in the health and wellness category, we have poster HW9, synthesis and characterization of 4 substituted cyclopentanones via Lewis acid promoted Mukayama Michael addition with antimicrobial and cytotoxic activities for Mr. Gabriel Luis L. Neri and Dr. Alan Patrick G. Macabeo. Congratulations to all our winners. Of course, we believe that the honest assessment and presentation of the posters would not have been possible without the hard work of the Scientific Posters Committee. We particularly like to recognize Professor Doreen D. Domingo, Professor Primo F. R. Franco, Professor James Paul T. Matigal, Professor Henadine A. Aguinaldo, Dr. Alice Heraldine H. Pagaling, Dr. Arlen de la Cruz, and Ms. May Rose Maury Abad. We also want to recognize the hard work of our scientific poster judges. They have been rearranged to not make it clear who judged which posters, but definitely their work was very much essential in defining the best of the posters this year. So we would like to thank the continued support of Dr. Grace Yu, Dr. John Donny Ramos, Dr. Mujikewe Santos, Dr. Ian Fontanilla, Dr. Wilberto Monotilla, Dr. Arlen de la Cruz, and Ms. Shara Lim. So thank you again for your participation in PSB MB 2021. We are excited to work with you again, and we'll see you for the Best Poster Awards in 2022. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Dr. Bascos. And congratulations to the winners of the poster presentation. We now proceed to the awarding for the Young Scientists Forum winners. Let me call on the chair of the YSF committee, Ms. Maria Cristina F.T. Dimaculangan. Take it away, Ma'am Kitty.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are now at the much anticipated announcement of YSF winners. The presenters this morning are the top 5 out of 12 entries. So let us first recognize our 5 finalists. Okay, the certificate of each finalist is read. The Philippine Society of Molecular Biology, Biochemistry and Molecular Biology presents the certificate of recognition to the finalists as Young Scientists Forum finalists during the 48th PSBMB Annual Convention, a virtual international conference with the theme Facing North, Navigating the New Normal through Research, Translation, and Harmonization, held at the Mariano Marcos State University, Batac, Ilocos Norte on December 1 to 4, 2021. Signed by yours truly, Maria Cristina F.T. Dimaculangan, the chair for the YSF, Professor Shirley A. Agrupis, Chair, LOC, President of PSBMB North Luzon Chapter, and Professor Leslie Michelle M. Dalmasio, the Chair, National Organizing Committee and President of PSBMB. So the first certificate goes to Mr. Jeremiah Gabriel Africa. Congratulations. Our second certificate goes to Joshua Lawrence C. Bautista. Okay, congratulations. And our third certificate goes to Mr. Ryan Joseph Y. Magsipo. Our fourth finalist goes to Miss Sophia Morgan Tan. And our last finalist goes to Mr. Vince Tyrell P. Yonko. Again, congratulations to our 5 finalists for this year's YSF. Now, what is in store for our winners this year? The winners of this year's YSF will receive the following prizes. The first prize will receive 10,000 pesos plus plaque. Second prize, 8,000 pesos plus plaque. Third prize, 5,000 pesos plus plaque. And a consolation prize for the 4th and 5th places of 1,000 pesos each. Our top 2 winners will also qualify to an internship program to Academia Sinica in Taiwan, post-pandemic, of course. This year's YSF, for this year's YSF, we'd like to thank also again ITS Science Philippines, our gold sponsor for the YSF. Also the screening committee for the 12 entries, Dr. Muji Santos, Dr. Norvi Manigbas, and Dr. Arlen de la Cruz. Thank you so much for your assistance and expertise. And of course, the judges of this morning, Dr. Huang, Dr. Ting, and Dr. Bagamasbad. So, to stop the suspense, here are the winners of the 2021 PSBMB Young Scientists Forum. Our third place winner is entitled Alpha Glucosidase and Lipase Inhibitory Densely Oxygenated Cyclohexenes from the Philippine medicinal plant Ovaria grandiflora, center staging anti-diabetic and anti-obesity drug discovery during the COVID-19 pandemic. Congratulations, Mr. Ryan Joseph Y. Magsipo. Our second place is entitled Taking the Pain Away, Synergistic Attenuation of Pro-Inflammatory Mediators and Cytokines in LPS Challenge Raw 264.7 Macrophages by Flavonoids from the Philippine endemic medicinal plant Ovaria alba. Congratulations, Ms. Sophia Morgan Tan. And for the first place, okay, I know you're all excited. Okay, so our first place for this year is entitled Acetylcholinesterase Inhibitory Activity of Non-Peptidic Venom Fraction from Philippine Tarantula or Orphaneus species prospect for Alzheimer's disease therapy. Congratulations, Mr. Joshua Lawrence C. Bautista. So congratulations to all our finalists and winners of this year. We hope to see you again next year for the 2022 Young Scientists Forum. A pleasant afternoon to everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Limakulangan, and congratulations to all the young YSF winners. May all our winners from the poster presentation and YSF continue to excel in your respective area of specialization. Now, I was wondering, where were you last night at 6 p.m.? I hope last night you were with us. We had the first virtual fellowship night for a PSBMB conference. I hope you were able to join us and you also enjoyed and were marveled by the presentations from the Northern Luzon chapter. We are fortunate to have the chance to see some historic sites as well as watch traditional songs and dance numbers. In addition to these production video clips, there was also a TikTok challenge among the chapters. So among these TikTok entries, one was chosen as the best among the best. I will say best. Every entry is the best. Now, to announce the TikTok winner and to acknowledge your sponsors, may I now call on Prof. Ian Kendrich Fontanilla. Dr. Fontanilla, you have the virtual floor.
Thank you, Dr. D. Marigalig. Now, during the fellowship night last night, we witnessed 5 local chapters vying for the first ever PSBMB TikTok challenge. Now, the winner will be given a token cash prize, but more importantly, they will be featured in the PSBMB website and FB page, whether you like it or not, for validation of your passion, talent, and most importantly, courage for presenting yourselves, showing the other side of yourselves. And then this will also serve as an opportunity for you to claim your bragging rights. So, hindi ko po alam, I don't know who the winner is, so this is like the Oscars Awards. So I will now announce. So the winner of the 2021 PSBMB TikTok Challenge is, virtual drum roll, the PSBMB Northern Luzon. Congratulations. I think it was deserved. I think even President Agrupis participated in the TikTok challenge. So, Ma'am Agrupis, you will also forever be known in this TikTok challenge. Congratulations po. Okay.
Thank you very much. Talagang first time in my life mag-TikTok. Ano ang prize? Ang prize ninyo sa pagkapanalo namin, we will give you a tour in Ilocos Norte when you visit us.
Tataga namin sa Bato, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Meron daw token.
So again, thank you to all our local chapters for gamely participating in this competition. And again, congratulations to the Northern Luzon chapter. Now, the success of this year's convention would not have been possible without the support of our industrial and institutional partners. So let me take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. So beginning with Diamed for being a platinum sponsor during the 48th PSBMB Annual Convention. I'll just read the certificate. A virtual international conference with the theme Facing North, navigating the new normal through research, translation, and normalization. Held at the Mariano Marcos State University, Batac, Ilocos Norte, Philippines on December 1 to 4, 2020. December 1 to 4, 2021. Signed, yours truly, President Shirley Agrupis, Mariano Marcos State University President, and Northern Luzon Chapter President, as well as our President of PSBMB, Dr. Leslie Michelle Dalmasio. So the first platinum sponsor is Diamed, and then ESCO for as platinum sponsor. Thank you, ESCO. And then Lifeline Diagnostics, another platinum sponsor, and Novo Lab, another platinum sponsor. So we have 4 platinum sponsors this year. Next slide, please. ITS Philippines for being the gold sponsor for our YSF. Medical Test Systems Incorporated for our poster presenters, winners. And then we also have the silver sponsors, beginning with Chemoscience. Thank you very much. Next slide. And then DANFRDI, our government partner institution for this convention. Thank you very much. Rainfill. Thank you very much. And Cygate. Thank you very much. Also Shimadzu, Philippines. Thank you very much. Okay. So marami pong salamat, and we hope to see you again next year, hopefully face to face. One of the things that we look forward to in the PSB convention is that we get the chance to actually interact with our partners, with our sponsors in the exhibit halls, and even get some freebies. We did get some freebies this year, but it's not the same when we're doing this face-to-face. So hopefully, very soon, we will be able to see each other next year. Again, maraming salamat, and back to you, Dr. D. Maligali.
Thank you, Dr. Fontanilla. Tama yan, freebies. Now, December 31, 2021 marks the end of the term of the current Board of Directors of the PSBMB. For the announcement and note-taking of the new set of BOD, may I call on Professor Francisco M. Heralde III, Chair, Nominations and Election Committee. Dr. Heralde, you have the virtual floor.
Hello.
Hi, sir.
Hello. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So for this year, we have already conducted the count, and now we have the official list for the new set of elected officers of the PSBMB BOD for 2022 to 2023. So the list are as follows. So start with our Vice President Mujikiwis D. Santos, Leslie, the President, Leslie Michelle M. Dalmasio, and the other members are Arlen de la Cruz, Christian Pastor, Ian Kendrick C. Fontanilla, Maria Cristina Francesca T. de Maculangan, Maria Dalisay G. Maligalig, Mary Antorio, Neil Andrew Bascos, Neil H. Tangana, Roberta Garcia, and Shirley Agrupis. So may I ask the newly elected PSBMB BOD to be in the virtual platform, and so our incoming president is Dr. Mujikiwis D. Santos, and the ex-officio would be, and the ex-officio president is Dr. Leslie Michelle and Dalmasio. Okay. So we ask everyone, and then we ask the guide, the oath-taking guide, to be flashed. All right. So may I ask all the BOD to raise their right hand and repeat after me for the oath of office. So I,
Andrew Bascos,
having been appointed as member of the
member of the
Biochemistry,
Philippine Society of Biochemistry and Molecular
for the
Biology,
Board
Board of Directors, 2022 to 2023,
governed by the
do hereby
Constitution
submit
myself
to
to
be
be
governed
governed
by
by
its
its Constitution,
bylaws,
bylaws, and duties,
duties herein,
therein,
and to
to
uphold the
uphold the
ideals and
ideals
principles
and principles of the
of the
society.
society.
of the
So help
society.
me
Me God.
So
So help me God.
help me God.
Congratulations to the new PSBMB
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations po.
2020.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. So shall we have the photo op? Okay. So are we done? Thank you very much and congratulations to all.
Maraming salamat po.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you po sa lahat. So, as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. I hope you learned a lot from the convention, enjoyed our time with us. And to give the closing remarks, I would like to call on and introduce Academician Mujikiwis D. Santos, PhD. Dr. Santos, you have the virtual floor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ma'am D. Alam mo, Ma'am D, hashtag feeling thankful ako and hashtag feeling blessed for so many reasons. Kasama na po itong pagtatapos ng ating 48th Annual Convention. Matagumpay na 4 na araw po sa ating lahat. The PSBMB 48th Annual Convention was, by all accounts, beyond successful. For the past 4 days, we had informative, highly relevant, inspiring, and interactive sessions that touch on new approaches in biochemistry and molecular biology education, disease diagnostics, and treatment strategies, and the applications of data science. I hope this ignited something in us, whether as a researcher, a scientist, a student, or as a stakeholder. Indeed, it is very important for us to never stop making biochemistry and molecular biology work for the people. And that's the main reason we are all gathered here. As we come to the end of this virtual international conference, we would like to express our heartfelt thanks to everyone who became part of the 48th PSBMB Annual Convention. To all the members of the local organizing committee, the PSBMB chapter officers, and the PSBMB board of directors, we sincerely thank you for the tremendous amount of work and love you've put into for us to pursue this annual conference despite the limitations brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, we also would like to acknowledge the PSBMB North Luzon chapter as local organizing committee by Ma'am Shirley and co-chaired by Ma'am Doreen, and for hosting this year's convention, as well as the support extended by various agencies, institutions, and SUCs, especially to Marian Marcos State University, provided the facility and webinar platform for hosting this event. To our invited renowned educators, health and data science experts, both local and international, PSBMB, sincerely and respectfully, thank you for generously sharing your time, expertise, and insights with us. You are a core part of this conference. To our awardees, kay Ma'am Nina, kay Ma'am Vivian, Sir Norby, Sir Paul, and of course, kay Marcus, and the poster and YSF winners, congratulations po sa inyong lahat. You are our inspiration. And to all the PSBMB sponsors, this event wouldn't be possible without your help and support. We hope that this won't be the last. To our members and participants, we hope that you enjoyed and were able to take at heart even just one insight from this conference that you think can be your personal goal or mission. To Dr. Leslie Dalmasio, ma'am, thank you for leading and guiding PSBMB for the past 2 years. Yours is one difficult act to follow. Godspeed on your next presidency. Could we give her a big round of virtual applause, please? Thank you, Ma'am Les. And lastly, as we usher in a new set of PSBB officers, let us continue together how we can effectively respond to the new normal brought about by the pandemic and other challenges. It is not easy, but together as PSBMB, I'm very sure we will prevail. And we can see each other again face to face. I wish for everyone's safety, happiness, and success. Advance Merry Christmas to all, and maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Santos. And with that, we close another successful and productive PSBMB convention. The 48th PSBMB Annual Convention, Facing North, Navigating the New Normal Through Research, Translation, and Harmonization, is officially signing off. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Until we meet next year, hopefully face-to-face at the 49th convention. Thank you. And
Hey, congratulations, everyone. Galing. Bless, thank you. Everyone, thank you, Ma'am Shirley.
Congratulations po. Maraming salamat po.
Galing po.
Congratulations po. And
Face sa Ilocos Norte.
everyone.